Swift7. This is Swift7 Gaming. It is me, you, and a glass of buttered toffee bourbon. Brandy, bourbon. It's brandy, actually. Anyway. Here we are. What were we doing? We just survived the temporal storm, which was okay. It was scary. It was definitely scary. We had a walker. Don't know what those things are called. It was scary. It was scary enough, but we survived. You know, if we shorten this whole side by 1, that would allow us to move this over. Well, yeah, no, yeah, no. I don't know. This doesn't bother me a whole lot, but we'll fix it someday. Okay, that rain is awful loud, isn't it? Let's go ahead and craft one more knife. We are going to go out grass cutting one more time. Okay, and that is just replace our knife when it breaks. A couple of things we're going to need. We're going to need more reeds eventually. Grass here, actually. I'm going to go back over to our grass supply area and get it. Wait a minute. They did underwater rain noise? That is amazing. Good job, developers. Good job. That is cool. I really hope there's some great underwater gameplay. Underwater cities or something that you find, or ruins that are quite big. I'm hoping, because if you put that kind of work into this, I'm expecting big things, and I'm wanting big things, because that is freaking cool. Approval. The owl hoots for you. I don't know. That sounds kind of sporty. Okay, anyway. Owl hoots. I feel like it's going to become something. The owl hoots for you. Whenever something good happens that we discover in this game, that is going to be our saying. The owl hoots for you. That also going to be taken in the negative, I feel, if you died. Well, the owl hoots for you. I don't know. Oh boy. Well, we got a lot of grass to harvest. And once we get this roof done, we'll be able to start our garden. And then I want to work on perimeter walls. And I want to work on lighting. Because my understanding is if there is lighting around your base, it is less likely that the monsters from the rifts will spawn, or the rifts won't generate on the island. Which, if within the walls, that would be perfect. If we don't have rifts spawning, that would be... If we keep the rifts over here to the mainland, that would be absolutely, absolutely great. I really think we lucked out in finding that island, how it's made, especially with the tower that's next to it, the mountain peak. We're definitely going to be building up on top of that. When there's going to be the next temporal storm, I don't know if we'll get it by the next one. I would like to have a way up there to observe the next temporal storm. I don't know if there are telescopes in this game. I sure hope so, because, man, the render distance is crazy. Of course, I'm on absolute maximum settings, and that is also pretty crazy, too. heard a wolf. And I'm going to go over here and grab this flint. We're going to start circling around back to where we know it's safe, so we don't run into a wolf. But there are wolves near us. I feel like we'll have a little tower or settlement over here eventually. Not settlement, but mainly just a refuge to run into if we need to. And maybe we'll connect it with the underwater tunnel, or we can do bridges. That would be pretty cool. I'm kind of wanting to do a big castle. I mean, there are some very pretty little builds that people have done, and I actually am completely for those. But just with what we got going, I feel like that's not going to happen quite for us. Looks like it almost got a full couple stacks here. So this is very good. That we just finished it all up. And we can actually do one more stack, but I think we're going to be okay. Yeah. Let's just throw our knife around. I again really like the amount of water that separates us from the main medium. It's not too far for us to go, but it's far enough to slow down any enemy. Any enemy. It's wonderful. Let's take a sip of let's just take a sip. Okay. That is delicious. I haven't had one of those in a long time. So, now we have some decisions to make. And we're going to need hay bales, that is for sure. But how we place them, it's going to give us a corner like that. That's what we want. So this is going to go right here. I don't know that that is what we want there. That's not what we want there. And up here we can finish this one off. Okay, what's the definition of... Whoa, 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 whoa. Those things go in water? I did not grant for... We need a wall. We need a wall. That is why we need a wall right there. Let's get back our straw. And go faster. I can work with that. There's two of these. Dag nagget, gee whiz. Okay, come on. We know that we can't step there, right? Okay. We do need a little peak there, and that'll be fine. We'll get that in a little while. Let's go ahead and get a bunch of these and several of these done. Give us 16. We'll definitely need more, but that will be a good start. 1, 2. Did you hear that? Looking for monsters. Don't see any. I should have kept those ones actually, because we're going to need to tie into this roof in just a wee bit. So, go ahead and tie in right here. 1, Three. I thought we had enough. We actually, all that hay that we had, or straw, or whatever, grass, we did not have enough for the roof. A little disappointed in that. We don't need that much more though. We will be okay. Actually, there's plenty there. We need to get rid of this one. Then we need to get rid of this one. This is going to be one of those turns. It's going to be one of those turns. And do that right now. I think we need to take a knife and just... Okay, we can only do a couple of those, but we might have enough to make a turn. That is made... That. So we got one. We need one more. I don't have attached for it. So let's build a knife real fast. Can I build on top of this? Okay, we'll quickly make this into a knife. That works out. We'll put this back in here with these. Make a bunch of these. Boom, 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 boom. And that gives us one. And that needs to go in this way, right? Now we just need to do the top. So I'm going to need a little bit more grass, which I think we can do. And we need to do this side too. We need to do the storeroom. We'll get to that later on, okay? It's sealed right now. Not going to be our priority. We're not going to just, we're not going to get this storeroom done yet, but we are getting this last peak done. I feel like I'm at a carnival. I feel like I'm playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, the original. Man, I'm so tempted to download Roller Coaster Tycoon. I actually think I own it somewhere, and I might be able to convert it, or I think I bought a pack. I don't even remember. But, boy, even if I don't own it, that would be... That was my first game that I can remember. Well, no, actually, I take that back. Well, no, I take that back. So, my first system I ever owned was a PlayStation. And my mother bought that for me, and it was we went to Walmart. Complete surprise. I was with one of my friends. I will never forget that. I need to tell her that. You know, my mother, I'm very thankful still here, and I need to tell her how much that meant to me, and how I still remember that. That was one of the best things. I'm sure she's done better things than that for me, but true surprise, one of the best things anyone's ever done as a gift for me. Probably the best gift I've ever received in my life, and I doubt I'll receive a better gift than that, because it was from my mother. I remember that. The game she bought to go with it was called Driver, and that was a interesting game, to say the least. I always like just stealing the bus, or taking, I can't remember how that game worked, but just driving that around and pretending I was a bus driver. I know, hey, guys, I was really young back then. But, I heard something growl. I was a little scared there for a half a second. Anyway, we need to turn these into probably, I don't think I can do it, into that, and then we take these, turn them into that. Oh, let's get back over to our base. I think we've got plenty to do what we need to do. But Roller Coaster Tycoon, I did not own a computer at that time. The PlayStation was the very first thing that I got. My friend had a computer well before me. His dad was a internet guy and computer repair guy, and we play on his computer all the time, that game. But my first console was a PlayStation, and I didn't get a computer for years after that. And my dad said, if you get a computer, then this is going to replace the PlayStation. This will be your only gaming console that you get from me. I'm like, well, when I say that, I'm not talking gaming console, I'm talking about computer. And I said, yeah, that's fine. And I still had a PlayStation, still used it all the time. But I never have had another system. Holy cow! Holy cow! Okay, okay, seal it up, seal it up. Who invited him? They can't spawn on these floors. That's what I was told. Gee whiz. Oh, I need a drink. I need a drink. I'm glad this stuff's hard. Oh, man. We have to deal with that. We need to get to that door right there. Don't know if we can make it through a 2-block. Getting our weapons. Okay, our health is already low. Can't do a whole lot. I do wonder how he got in. Oh, that was You know what? I wonder if we can make him despawn. That's kind of cheating a little bit. We're going to go over here. I need to get some horsetail. We're going to see if there's any in the area so I can make some poultices, because I'm scared to death of that guy. Oh, we found a room. Love it. Very nice. Okay. Horsetail should be in swampy areas. Here it is. I got more than enough. Let me grab some horsetail, or some. We haven't been over here yet. Let me grab some cattail. More than that. No, we haven't been over here. I'm not too thrilled about getting out of this here and going and checking out the land right now. Again, we're low in health. There are features spawning. It's kind of a thick forest. There could easily be something up there. We're just going to grab Nature's Hot Dog and we'll go from there. I got a real story about Nature's Hot Dog. Cattails. Me and my friend, his username is Madman. And we got into a cattail fight at his pond. Well, let me tell you, cattails are impossible to remove from hoodies. They don't wash out. You can't pick them out. Once you defluckerize a cattail and throw it at somebody, yeah, that's with them forever. That's with that piece of clothing forever. They don't wash out. They're nothing. Yep. Nope. Oh, fun times. I can remember those times. What I would do to have those times back again. I really don't know how he spawned in here. I'm gonna guess and say light levels. I'm gonna say light levels maybe are a thing in this game too. Just like in Minecraft, light levels. What did I just do? Man, I'm just trying to climb up. All I'm trying to do. There we go. Now, I think I can take these and go like this. We'll start with that many. Well, 4, okay. That was going to give us 8, but beggars can't be choosers. That works. That works for that. So we're going to need a lot more than 4. Need 2 for each stone. That just gave us 1. So I need to do more than that. We're going to need to do a lot more than that. We're going to need to do a knife. Cattails. I need to store something somewhere. Ooh. Ooh. Hang on a minute. I don't have enough for that. It's gonna be close. I don't think we're gonna get enough. I don't know if you guys can hear me when I talk soft. I'm looking at my recording and it doesn't look like it can. I'm sorry about that. I'm just trying to store stuff at this point in time. Actually. Oh no, that's from the door. Okay, I was like, how did I get 3 all of a sudden? Let's just store. Just trying to clear some slots right now. Let's just store that there. Now we can go and collect what we need to collect. Might as well just stay on the island if we can stay on the island. I need a name for the lake. Is this a lake? This is not a lake. This is the ocean. Well, this might be a lake. I need a name for this lake. Or the sea. It's probably not ocean, but it is a sea. And I need a name for our island. Owl Island, Owl's Haven, Owl's Rest, or maybe you have something different. Comment below. When this episode goes live, I will look at the comments. I am posting 3 weeks in advance, so that's where I'm at right now in my recordings. I mean, I'm sitting down recording like 4 a day, which is about 2 hours of gameplay for me. And I have the next 2 days off, so I'm going to be several weeks ahead of you guys. So if you're worried that I'm going to do what I've done in my last episodes, or my last series, and that is not post for a while, you don't have to worry about that for this episode, for this season. We are, right now, you got a whole month almost of content. You actually have a month, because I've posted or scheduled on YouTube 3 weeks, and I got another week ready to post in my already produced and edited. So you got another month of content already pre-recorded, and I can tell you you're gonna get probably another couple weeks out of this weekend for me. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to really get on top of things and record episodes. I know I've been really bad at that. I've said that episodes would happen, and they didn't happen, especially for Prison Architect, and I feel really bad about that. Just a lot happened in my life during that time. I mean, I moved from one house to another, and yeah. So, I'll tell you what kind of happened. I moved to where I'm at now, across the country, about 1,200 miles, and moved out on my own, all by myself, no family, no friends out here, for work, and it was really hard. Stayed at a rental with almost no furniture. Everything I had was borrowed, which I really thank the people who lent me everything, because they actually probably saved my life. They really did. In the most sincere form of saying that, they saved my life. I would not have been able to make it without them. And the people welcomed me with open arms. It was amazing, amazing town. And I stayed at a rental for a couple months in despair. I was in despair. I didn't have internet. I did have my computer set up, and I was playing my paint game. And if you know what that is, you know what that is. There's check out the 100 subscriber video, and you'll know what the paint game is. It's a game that I actually created, and actually you already have it installed on your computer. So enjoy it. I didn't create paint, but I created the idea of what I was doing, and the codes for everything. When I say codes, I mean mental codes, not actual coding. I created the just watch the episode and you'll understand. Um, anyway, that's all I had. That was it. That was it. I didn't have furniture. I had a recliner that was mostly broken down, and that kind of depressed me a little bit. I didn't have TV. My nearest neighbor was a long ways away. I was out in the middle of nowhere. Yes, because we're going to turn this into those other things. That's gave me one. I need more than... I didn't want that. Hang on. Then net rental. God bless the guy. He paid one of the people that brought me out here hired me, and he paid for that rental for the first couple months I was here. Couldn't have done it without him. After that, I bought a house. I loved that house. I recorded videos in that house. Prison Architect series was recorded in that house. And then my parents decided they were getting old and wanted to move in with me. And I said, that's not a problem. I have no problem with that. I have no other family. So they moved across the country 1,200 miles, and that was where my videos kind of started lagging a little bit behind the times. I got them moved in with me, and we bought a new house together. So we bought a 5,100 square foot house where I have pretty much my own house in this house, and they have their own house in this house. But it's been very convenient for my mother. She's fallen twice, and I was able to pick her up and take care of her, and that meant the whole world to me. Living with my parents, you know, it might not be the popular thing to do, or there's jokes. Well, you're still living with your parents. No, my parents live with me. They're at that age where they live with me, and I'm okay with that. I'm not married, not for lack of trying to get married or to attract a girl, but it just hasn't happened. Let me tell you, it hasn't happened. And then I know no one here, so the people I know are not eligible. They're already married, or there's reasons why I can't marry them. But it is what it is. That's life. That is life. A little too personal, maybe, for YouTube. But you know a little bit more about me. More than I probably want you to know. But anyway, that's why there was a big lull in episodes. That's why I broke my promises. That's what it was. I broke my promises to you guys. And I hope you guys forgive me as a YouTuber. But that's kind of what happened in my life. But I'm in a really good place now. Let's get rid of these. And just put them in our fireplace for right now. Let's see if I have any more reeds. And you know what? Torches would probably be a good thing. If we could build some torches. Boy, that brandy's really hitting me. That is really hitting me hard. I'm really trying hard to concentrate on this. I was thinking about having a second glass, and I'm like, yeah, probably a bad idea at this point in time. We'll put that out here. Hopefully that stops things from spawning. I don't know if it will. We should have some... Do we have some fat in here? I actually don't think we do. We probably need to go hunting to get some fat to make some lamps. And this stuff is still fresh. So we're good there. That's not... Stuff doesn't do anything. Okay. So... Put our weapons down. Don't need those right now. We got our roof done. I got a couple of things with the walls that we need to figure out. Let's grab that shovel and head outside. It's a calm night. I love it. I'm thinking a tower right here. A watchtower that maybe we somehow climb up from the inside through a trapdoor, which we need to make a kiln and stuff. Our bed can be moved over to that room now because it's fully enclosed. Actually, the game might even recognize it as a room now, so things don't spawn because it is now fully enclosed. Don't know if it will or not. The idea was to make this our bedroom. Is that still the idea? Avid, I'm talking to Avid. I'm doing really good on this brandy, guys. Swift Owl, is that what we want? Or is this going to be the bedroom? No, because we got our cellar here. So we sleep by the fire, what, over here? And maybe we have a wall right here that doesn't go up all the way. What if it did go up all the way? What if it did? What if that is window here? Wall would be right here. So that door wouldn't make sense. But what if we brought that wall up all the way? What if we made a room? A bedroom? What if we made a room? A bedroom? I need more storage. I want to make sure there's nothing that's going to come up and surprise me. I don't think there is anything in the lake to worry about. So... all the animals I've seen on the surface are real-life animals, or they are from the rift. However, there are real-life animals that live in the water that would love to eat you. We have not been over here yet. Man, there's a lot of cattails. I'm gonna take them all. Oh man, that cattail scared me. I thought it was something coming up to grab us. Okay. The little floating ant. Holy cow! Holy cow! We don't need that. We don't need that. We need to run. We need to go. We need to go. We need to go. We need to go right now. Don't look back, guys. We don't have that kind of time in our lives. We can make it through that door. We need to make it to that door. We need to make it to that door. Don't look back. Don't look back. I want to look back. Don't look back. Don't look back. There's a bear. There is a bear. There is a bear. There's a bear, bear, bear. Oh, it's getting us. Run, guys, run. I think we made it in. I think we made it in. Oh, man. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. My heart. Be still, my beating heart. POTUS stuff. We need that. That in there. We don't need that right now. We don't need this. We can get rid of our shovel for now. We can get rid of our axe for now. Free up our inventory a little bit here. There's a bear on the island. There was a bear on the island. Need to get up on the roof. I have enough sticks to build a ladder. He's definitely here. I don't think bears despawn. They might. I don't know. I don't think they do. Great, there's a bear loose on my island. I don't know where he's at. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he despawned. What do you guys think? Comment below. Is the bear here? I need to know. How does spawning and despawning work? Why would he despawn? Wouldn't he just still stay here? He wouldn't go back over there, would he? I need to turn on the AC because I'm dying. I got on my phone the Nest thermostat, which is really nice. Yes, that is on. Is that vent open? Well, that might be half the problem, is the vent isn't open. Well, guys, man, back in my chair here. We almost bit the dust there. It was so close. What we can do is make some baskets so we can make one. Probably could have made two if we would have gotten those other reeds, but note to self, bears spawn over there. That is a note to self. We'll tear that down in due time. We will put this actually probably in our main room. I don't know that we need it in our bedroom, but maybe over here. And then we can fill that up with stuff like this. Stuff that we just simply do not need. This is a physicalized item. We can store that like that. Hopper in here. Put our seeds in here. We don't need those right now. That really helped our inventory out quite a lot. I don't need that, but we're gonna hold on to it, I guess. Actually, we'll throw that away when we need to. Okay, let's eat something. Grab a mushroom or something. I really need to get some meat. That bear would have been nice to be able to get his meat, but wasn't expecting him to join us so quickly. So for food, let's just grab a couple of these. And we're going to grab one more. Hate to eat those because we're going to actually use those for cooking here tomorrow in our next episode. We are going to sleep in our bed. And with that, we're going to call it a night. I am SwiftOwl7. This is SwiftOwl7 Gaming. I want to thank you for joining us. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in our next episode.